Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream here on twitch.tv/Azuma. We got bananas in chat from Suzuku318, Hamstap85, HDeckif, Spangleboo, Monkey Ben, Cap the Dragon, Wubzinator, Glyphinx, MXV, UGM Trash. It's kind of hard to read because the bananas be scrolling up that stream. Screen, you know just what I mean. Peeps, we're going to have some real talk today, some serious chat here on the channel. There'll be derps, there'll be goofiness, there'll be talk about food because I've had some scrumptious, delicious food today. But we need to have a chat. Oh yes, we do. We're going to start off by grabbing some resources from my base and then working on the Blood Moon. And while we're in my base, we'll be having a chat. Is the idea. I've got a little sort of, not a statement, but some notes prepared. It's kind of important. It's related to stuff going on in my community at the moment. Ivan the Minecrafter says, "Oh, real talk, scary." I'm not being like, "Oh, real talk." You know, I mean, we're gonna have some real talk. Got some stuff that needs to be said. All right, so down here we have black wool. We don't have the black concrete. Black concrete is on my list. So we'll be first of all getting together some. There it is. I'm going to make a little bit more because I'm not sure that that will do the job. And I kind of want to... Oh, well, that'll definitely do the job. Okay, job done. I want to get all these materials together before we move on to the next thing. So I need some blocks that are grey. And there are 3 types that I've been using. One of them's going to need sand and gravel. 2 of them are going to need sand and gravel, sorry. There's only one gravel thing over here, that's confusing. Nice sorting system, says Skulls Prey. Thank you, thank you. It's been built recently. That's probably too much, but I don't want to have too little, you know. Okay, and occasionally we're going to get blocks like this that we're just going to, you know, get that out of our inventory. Clement says, "How are those Pikmin hugs from the other day? They filled me with glorious XP." You got any TX, says UGM Trash. I do, and I'll need reminders, so thank you. Real talk will make multitasking Factorio a struggle, says Nahata. Well, we're playing Minecraft and doing some grinds, so hopefully it won't be too difficult. I need some dyes up in here. That's my backpack. I have a list. I should really refer of it first, just in case I'm forgetting something. Sea lanterns, yes, and glass as well. So we're probably going to need more of this where we're going. Should go do that now. So that's another 6. And I don't have the means to transport fuel. Ugh, I'm doing everything in the wrong order basically. Now I think I need a light grey. Okay, so let's get, yeah, loads of that together. Right, so I need a lot more of that. I'm gonna have to start putting this into one of these shulker boxes. Right, there we go. Half your hotbar is cut off, says ECH. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't even worry about it. Winnie, welcome to the chat. Okay, so yeah, I just need probably, I think another one of that might do. Then we need some bones, just like this. And then we need to craft it all together. And then that's not the way to do it. But that is. Bam! Right, excellent. We've got all of that material. And I need to take half of it and convert it to a different type. And then we need to smelt all of this. So next thing we need is fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Wait, what? Am I counting right? 9. I am counting correctly. I thought I was counting wrong. It's probably going to be more than enough. Famous last words. Okay, then I need half of what was in that one. So that's going to be... Excellent. That's not half though, is it? That is. Cool, alright, we can get to our real chat in just a second. it's probably going to involve me standing around, right? I want to be productive while I chat, but yeah, I'm going to end up standing around. That's fine. But it's important that we have this talk. Mr. Tony Thish is here, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Mr. Tony Thish, thank you so much for your subscription. Your support means a lot. I hope you enjoy the stream that we're doing here today. Ever going to be more full crafts as a Mild? I don't think so. Oh. In which case, I'll go put all of that sand back. Do you know what? We'll take care of that in a moment. NatTanNa6D is here, resubscribed for 4 months, saying, hope it's a good stream tonight, everyone. Gonna sleep in 175 speed modules. Or I face plant on the keyboard, whichever comes first. Okie doke. Going to, are you playing Factorio? Is that the idea? I'm gonna guess that's what that's about. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is make some concrete. Alright. So, noises in the ear, all of that stuff is going to hold on for a moment. And also, how far into this video are we? Like, I can't see. We are 6 minutes in. So if you want to use that as like a timestamp, if you want to send this to someone else, if what I'm going to say is relevant to you or someone you know in my community, my Asumaverse community, then I'm giving you the timestamp, 6 minutes for when this goes up on the second channel. So something has happened. Some people have been upset, and I kind of want to make a statement about this. So at the moment, my community, the Asumaverse, its servers, the Plot World, Let's Play Minecraft Together, has become my focus after this has happened. I realised I've become rather kind of detached from my own community, bit distant. I want to get involved again. I want things to be working smoother for everyone involved. So a group of people become upset over this sensitive topic, and I won't say I don't want to get topical about it. I kind of want to keep this within the realm of like a simple principle that applies to everything, right? So there's a sensitive topic, a discussion took place, certain people were upset by this, and I believe that maybe what happened is that there was some sort of like delayed response from our staff. I've been talking to a lot of people, and it seems to me like there's a misperception or not a lot of understanding of what sort of action was taken around what happened, as far as I can tell. I'm even distracted by doing this. I'm not even going to do this, okay? This is silly. I need to just real talk time, okay? So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to focus on my notes because I need to read them properly. Because I've been thinking about this a lot. I've been talking to a lot of people, trying to get my head around what's happened and what needs to be done about this. So yeah, I look at the situation like this is my fault because I've become a bit detached from my community and I've stuck my nose in at a particular point and seem to have caused a big problem and a big fuss. So some people are aware of some words that I said that were directed at one of my staff members, and what I said was largely in ignorance to the full context of what had happened. So I sort of stuck my nose in at this one particular point because I had a problem with the language that was being used. Okay. So what I don't want us to do is to have rules that tell people what they can and can't say within our community. What I want to encourage people to do is to communicate with one another, to talk to one another, to learn from each other, to find, you know, their good intentions, their compassion, their respect, and bring that to the front of the conversation. And that's what I would like us to encourage over ruling out what words can and can't be said in a conversation. Okay, and this is in a conversation where people are getting upset. I think it's really important to get people to communicate and not to stonewall or have people restricted in what they can and can't say. So I stuck my nose in over this thing and asked my staff member to change what they had said because I didn't agree with it when I didn't even know what was happening. Okay, and so Apple says nobody knows what you're talking about, so just say it already. This is for people that know what I'm talking about. That's why I said 6 minutes into this video, share it with anyone who knows, okay? And if you don't know what happened, just listen to the sentiment of what I'm talking about. This is important stuff for all of us to learn from, okay? I need to go and scroll down the list of my notes. Okay, so one of the reasons that I don't want to enforce what language can and can't be used is because it can essentially back people into a corner and silence people who have like a different opinion to you. As always, it should be about being able to communicate with one and each other and talk with one another, okay? I can't stress the importance of that enough. And so, like, if someone, for example, someone comes in and swears, it would just be not constructive for us to go, you swore, you said this word, get out. Like, that doesn't help anyone. We should always encourage people to use a more respectable sense of language. We should explain to them why in our community that, you know, we have this rule, there are other communities where you can swear, this is just what we do here. And by talking and communicating, we should be able to reach one another. And if you can't reach someone, then you're probably going down the path of maybe this person is, you know, perhaps trolling or being a deliberate nuisance. And even then, people usually act out of emotion. So maybe there is still a reach, maybe there is still a connection. But, you know, this is why we don't say, you can't say this word, now you're removed. It's about talking to that person, explaining the context, etc., etc., okay? Yeah, so where are we now on this list of notes? So what I want to do moving forward is revise the way our staff structure our staff structure works, and possibly the rules we have, the communication with our community about the rules, what is allowed, what is not allowed, etc. Perhaps be more transparent. This is all stuff I've got to figure out with my staff, but basically I need to be way more involved in my own community and what's happening, because you know, I've become distant, and now I've stuck my foot in and caused a big problem. Okay, so a couple more things just to say. On a side note, I think some people are playing like a guilty by association thing going on. Something has been shared going around that is not related to me. It's someone else who is sort of connected to me. And I think people are treating it as if I somehow think the same way as them, share their views, or have knowledge that they have these views. And so once again, like, just want to remind people that this is why communication is important. Rather than seeing something and then putting it into your mind as if you know what this means, you talk to the other person, you ask, you communicate, and you figure out. Because if someone had asked me, I said, I did not know this person would say this. And it's as simple as that, okay? So, yeah, guilty by association really isn't something that we should have. And so for anyone who understands what I'm talking about, like, I had no idea this person would say that, okay? And I'm not going to get into what I think about that, just it seems to be a factor. So the last notes that I want to end on is that we need to communicate with one another. People always need to talk to one another, not jump to reactions. When we think someone maybe is being mean to us or in the wrong spirit, we talk things out. The internet is particularly difficult with this because in plain text we can so easily read into someone's words as having a negative tone, a mean nature or demeanor, whereas when we're talking face to face, or even just with voice gives you so much more nuance to where someone is coming from, what they mean, and so does body language and expression, etc. So I always want to encourage that people learn to talk to one another and talk through disagreements and whatnot. Yeah, and I think most people, 99.99% of people at heart have good intentions for one another. And we need to find those intentions, those connections, and put our compassions like at the forefront of our conversations, because too often do people shield themselves from other people's opinions, their worldviews, and get backed into corners and don't find that relatable wavelength. Alright? And again, to all the people in chat asking what is this about, if you don't know what it's about, do not worry. It is just here for the people that know what it is about. And I've said this, when it's on Suma 2 channel, if you want to share it with someone who knows what this is about or has been affected by it, 6 minutes in, give them that time link, they can hear what I've had to say about this. And yeah, just to sort of put it all together once again, you'll see me, hopefully you'll see me more in my community, working with my staff more to make it a better community, to get a better line of communication out there, and to perhaps reassess our rules, change some things, but most of all communicate. I mean, communicate and community, two words that interchange with one another. Because I've been quite like upset about what's happened. I've seen, you know, some long-standing figures removed, leave our community, without really knowing what's going on, and also had that come back at me. And I understand. Well, I see it as my role in being to blame is that I really just have been too disconnected and then stuck my foot in the middle of something and made a messy situation worse, perhaps, you know. So thank you for listening to me on that one. If any of you have some questions you want to ask in response to that, aside from the people like, I don't know what he's talking about, which is fine, like if it's not related to you it's cool, but like I may not answer them just based on how specific it is, because it's a touchy subject and I don't know all the this and that and who said what, and I'm just like, yeah, trying to talk more in principle than to specifics. Okay, X, I don't know the situation, but the sentiment of what you're saying is entirely true. Also, there is no need to beat yourself up for what might happen. The important part is moving forward, and your community is already one of the most open, says Ivan. If I'm giving you the impression of me being beaten up, I don't want to give you that impression. I want to give you the impression of someone who's like, I need to take responsibility for this, and let's do this. Let's move forward. Let's figure this stuff out. Beelzebub says, you've been so busy, X, I think it's normal to have pushed items aside, so good for you on addressing the situation. Yeah, I mean, this job, what I do, you know, it's so easy to get caught up in it and get busy, but then some things are important, right? And I believe that my community is an important thing, and I want to be more involved in it. This was just like a kick up the bum to, you know, sort it out, basically. Alright, so let me check my quick list. We have to get glass as well, and the glass is behind me, isn't it? So I'm going to drop off the sand, pick up the glass. While I was waffling, we had noises in the ear, just one actually, from You're Not Deaglan, who's resubscribed 3 months. Then X has been so long I resubscribed. Have a nice day. Thank you for resubscribing, buddy, and welcome to the stream. Thank you for the well wishes of the day. I've had a good day today. You know, even with this going on, it has been a bit of a confusing situation and a stressful one, but like I said, the thing is to come back to it, like to move forward with it. You know, I'm not going to let it get to me. I'm just going to get more involved with my community and stop stuff like this from happening again, basically. Rapand saying that I will make more drama by silence. Wait, I didn't get to fully read that message before it went off the screen. So maybe I misunderstood what you just said. But in terms of like not talking about it versus talking about it, I feel like sometimes when drama and arguments and things happen, an element of like ignore this is useful, or perhaps you know, a thing to do in that situation. I don't think that's the case in this one. I feel like the way in which I stepped in gave a very different perception perhaps of what should be going on to what did go on, and it needs to be addressed. Joe Hill's in chat, one of the people who yeah, when it comes to this kind of talk that I had right now, you know, Joe's like actually been a bit of an inspiration for me. Delegating community management to others, people require being able to communicate expectations in, and it rolls off the screen. I need a pause button on my chat. Yeah, no, Joe at one point, I mean, I'll tell Joe if he wants to know what exactly it was, but Joe said some things in terms to group dynamics, communities, how we work with one another that are really like affected me at one point in the past, and made me realize that how easy it can be sometimes to get caught up in like the emotion of a situation or the stress of a situation, and to not be able to come back to the bigger picture and focus on the fact that community is about getting along together. And yeah, I actually think like perhaps if it wasn't for the things that Joe said that changed the way I think about some of this stuff, I might have not have come to this situation right now and thought, hey, this is actually my problem to deal with, right? It's kind of ominous that you've turned up, Joe, because like the way in which I've acted in this situation has definitely been influenced by some of your words. You're Not Deaglan says, I'm glad that Asuma streamed on the day I'm sick, so I don't have school. I'm sorry to hear you're sick, buddy. But everyone loves the day off school. I mean, you know how it is. Oh. We got noises in the ear from the Hovering Cow 1. Subscribe with Amazon Prime. Thank you so much for your Prime subscription. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Have you got the Minecraft music on, says Crazy. We're listening to the guy who made the Minecraft music, but it is not the music of the Minecraft, or the Minecraft, as you so elegantly put it there. The Minecraft. Let's chuck that up here. Chuck that in there. I still need to do some sort of sorting management over here, but it's so much more better than it has ever been, this whole thing. FGH says, hey X, I'm not sure if it's a good time to ask, but do you still have good advice in general for server moderation? It's the perfect time to ask, because it's literally what we're talking about. Also, Spangle says, thank you for talking about Asuma, and thank you to your staff too. I know it was difficult for some of them, and I hope we can all have a lot more understanding going forward. Spangle bringing up a very good point there. Like, it would have been difficult for my staff too, and I've essentially been a bit focused, I guess, on my role in this. Yeah, so to any of my staff, like, listening, I've asked everyone to message me, and if you still want to talk to me, like, I will take the time to, you know, talk and figure this out. But yeah, going back to advice, communication, everything that I said a minute ago. If you have a philosophy, you know, let compassion and whatnot guide it, and also put it forthright, I think, as well. Like, it doesn't... It's one of the things... I'm yet to talk about my staff about this, but I'm starting to think that transparency is a very good thing. Like, you used to have this philosophy of kind of sticking together and making sure we have our own best intentions, and then figuring out how we're going to operate and deal with different situations. And I'm starting to think now that maybe it's also a really good idea to make more of that. I don't know how much, because there's always situations where transparency isn't good. People's personal details are involved or something like that. But to put more of that forward, because if your intentions are well, that can be, you know, all that you need to show in some situations. I think I need to craft more sea lanterns before we head off. So for, you know, running a community, yeah, just things like being involved, communicating, it's the word that's built into it, right, and putting your good intentions forward. Try not to let your emotions get in the way of stuff as well. You're always going to have drama in a community, and it can be so easy to get caught up in a in that kind of emotional state, and you've got to see past it sometimes and get to the rationale of the situation, I guess, is kind of what I'm getting at. Galaxy says, does anyone sniff butts? Jeez, are you a dog, Galaxy? I mean, dogs like to sniff butts. Gee, look at how we just, the tone of the conversation just plummets for a moment there. Jeez. Just dipped into oblivion. Lol Bozo is here, resubscribing for 28 months, saying, wait, so serious. The best way to diffuse a situation, in my opinion, is with jokes and humour. It is a good tool to diffuse a situation, but not every situation requires diffusing. Some situations require being figured and talked out, you know. I'm sure you can imagine a serious situation. Maybe it's some sort of rally or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I don't think we need a specific example. It's a good thing to think about, but it's not always going to be the right thing to do. Jinx Honey in chat there, reiterating that I've said several times, if you don't know the situation, it doesn't matter at all. Really, the sentiment is communication is important, and forgetting to do so can cause massive issues, especially in a community where text is the primary form of communication. You don't always understand the sentiment behind what you say and misconstrue it. Absolutely, Jinx. I will also say it's not that it doesn't matter, and I'm sure you mean the same thing. It's not that it doesn't matter, it's just that if you are outside of the situation, it's probably not going to serve you a lot to go and find out what happened and oh, tell me about it, because it's, you know, it just matters to those that were there, I guess. Joe Hill says, haha, when I am in a serious situation, humour tends to be more dangerous than useful. Yeah, it can be. I could certainly imagine a scenario where you can try and drop a joke and it doesn't fit the tone of the rude. But I think in lighter situations when people are arguing about less serious stuff, humour's probably a pretty good thing. Fanny Dubious says, avoiding small conflicts leads to large conflicts. Again, just like the humour thing, I think sometimes yes, sometimes no. We've had some situations in the past where we've just felt like sometimes the thing to do is to ignore the situation and let it pass. And, you know, you ignore it and people move on, and then, hey, no one's talking about that thing that happened or whatever anymore. It's not always the case, but sometimes it will be. Generalizations are generally useful, says Draco. Brilliant. That's a funny statement right there. Rapan says, then why talk about it in front of 1,000 viewers, mail those infected in it and keep it at that? Rapans, I mean, fair question. I feel like I've answered that already. I want this to be in video with a timestamp for people to listen to. I also want people to hear my voice as well, because voice gives you so much more. Whenever we have issues in group dynamics, because I'm involved in a fair handful of groups, right? When you get together in voice, it is so much easier to figure things out than it is to do in chat. Chat takes away so much important nuance of what people are trying to say. Like understanding intent, tone. You know, you can say some words in chat that sound mean, and then you can say other words. Like just earlier today, I was replying to an email, and all I'd done is ask that person to tell me more, and they thought that I were perhaps being, you know, cold or rude or something like that. So if you're in a situation where things are tense and maybe you don't think the best of the other person, and then you're like, you can interpret their words differently, but voice will give you more context, and so will body language and facial expressions as well, right? Right, the other thing that we need is that box. Bam! And, yes, I don't use my own redstone system. Oh, I lost the key code. I lost the passcode thing, and so I just break in there now every time. Oh. Whose Horizon is here subscribing? Whose Horizon? Whose Horizon is it? We don't know, but thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that, and hope you enjoy the stream. Just a Midget says, does X use the default textures or his own pack? We use the up-and-coming 1.14 textures on this server. The King says, it's been a month, some months since you watched. Well, thanks for tuning back in again. Firalol says, X, the hotbar is cut off. Oh, you know, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it there. That's quite a few holes up there. Hey, I've got the concrete to go fix it. Let's find out what happened up there. Okay. So we've got an additional... additional. Sometimes when I hear that word, immediately this voice in my head goes, you must construct additional pylons. Oh, please just let me fly. Please don't leave it. Please fix it, says Maze. Yeah, we're going to fix it. Spangleboo says, when I first started playing Minecraft on PC, I didn't know how to open iron doors. I tried to break it every time I tried to use it. I mean, hey, no instruction manual included. That's Minecraft right there. What are the current plans for the portal frames? Is there any to increase the view distance in the Nether? Yeah, just if you turn it up on your client, that will help to some extent. So I can kind of see how this big open area is going to be a problem. And maybe locating those holes is a problem. They kind of look like they're over to this side. They are... Oh, maybe they're closer in that direction. Hey, they're over here. Now we got them. Got them! So this was one of the things that we knew were going to happen. What would be really bad is if two Garspools went into the same place. I'm very much hoping that's not going to be the case. So I saw 3 holes. We patched up 3. I don't see any more. I guess that'll do for a moment. Add buttons, says Dragon. Might not be a bad idea. I'll give you that. It might not be a bad idea. I know it would be another case of plastering this thing, but I mean, it would just be a grind, and it would probably take a couple of streams with a few of us to do that. Fid says people are seriously annoying. Do you know what? The emotion of annoying exists inside yourself, and it is a burden onto yourself. Sometimes maybe you got to ask, why are these people annoying, and is it even worth caring about? Kath says, just ask Cubban to place all the buttons and he'll do it in a single video. That's Cubban. Vinka points out that Iskal is now a professional at doing it. That's very true. Always remember, we are the people as well. That's absolutely right. If you want to make a generalisation like people are annoying, you put yourself straight in that. You put your foot in the mud immediately. Maybe a bunch of dispensers with arrows and trip levers to activate when the ghast spawns. Yeah, I mean, if you had a clever way to farm them, then maybe some sort of farming contraption, but that's a bit overcomplicated when you can just place down buttons. Okay, so we need to build a wall like this with the sea lanterns behind it. Buttons keep things from spawning. I watched Iskal due to it makes his wither farm. It's because the button is classified as a redstone item. Other redstone items will do it as well, like levers. You could put levers down. Redstone itself. Oh wait, that's literally what I wanted. More of these sea lanterns. So we're putting down the sea lanterns first because they're going to illuminate the blood moon over here. Going to give it a little bit more light. It doesn't have a lot of light at the moment, unfortunately. We also need to go around and dig out a lot of this. Too high all the way, and then dig out some. Yeah, and there's work to be done here. It needs to reflect the sun, X, says that Jared. Reflect the sun. Does that mean there should be a disproportionate amount on one side to the other? I don't think we'll go for that level of detail. I mean, that's probably not even noticeable once this thing's built. Is a pressure plate one, says Maddie Boy. It is. It is. Maddie Boy. A pressure plate is. Did you see PSG Man United, says David Van Beek 7. I did. I did. Funny story, there was a power cut right at right near the penalty, and when we got to tune back in, it was when the penalty was being taken. What a cracking game. Just, I mean, well, it wasn't like the best game ever, but it was just incredible to see United play, like, get a result even like they did, like they would do with Sir Alex so often. I really enjoyed it. It was a cracking game. Entertaining, you know. Maybe not some of the best football ever, but entertaining nonetheless. Just a Midget says, I have so many unfinished projects in my world. To finish one of them, I need to finish another. But then to finish that one, I need to finish another. Well, figure out which one you need to do first and start doing it. That's basically it, right? Just got to figure it out and put the foot down and start doing the stuff, you know? Start doing what's required. Bam. Okie doke. This Pikmin, where has he come from? We need to keep the Pikmin out of here because it's our glass floor, you shouldn't be able to spawn here area. Excellent, you should be able to collaborate with Mumbo on more videos. You guys both make my day, says Tron. I'm sure I'll find a reason to bump into Mumbo at some point. We've got noises in the ear. Hello, Axe is here resubscribing for 15 months saying, Yo X, 15 months flew by. Sorry, I just had to drink that tea then. Thank you so much for your support, Alomax. Appreciate it. We also got Binky Quack subscribing with Amazon Prime and Justiceful. Binky Quack, thank you so much for the continued support over here on twitch.tv/Asuma. I wasn't going to stream today. And then I was like, I'm going to stream today. Oh, jeez! Oh, making me panic. Panicking like Anakin over here. Whew. That's scary. So peeps, I ate some good food today. Do y'all want to hear about X's good food? I tell you what, it was an amazing meal. It was delicious, scrumptious. I want some more. Chat just fills up with some yeses very quickly. Food, says Metamorphic Mike. You're gonna drool, I tell you, you're gonna drool. So made a homemade pizza. I always love homemade pizza. Homemade pizza is just a little bit more wholesome and healthier, just generally healthier. You get those takeaway pizzas, restaurant pizzas, usually quite fatty and ugh. But I mean, they're nice, but you know they're not that healthy. Like, what is it? Pizza Hut. A slice of pizza at Pizza Hut is like 300 calories. It's like, oh, jeez. On average. Anyway, getting a bit sidetracked. So homemade pizza used whole bread pita breads as the base. Some light tomato and basil paste. Putting on a little bit of three cheeses, 3 different types of cheese. Some mature cheddar, some mozzarella, and some goat's cheese. So quite fatty. Had a bit of tuna in there as well. And some peppers. Got to put some peppers on a pizza, you know. Peppers and pineapple. Those go nice together. But I didn't have any pineapple on there. Anyway, scrumptious pizza. I gobbled it all down in minutes. It was very nice. And then for dessert, pancakes. It was Pancake Tuesday the other day. So these pancakes, I had my first one with nothing but natural yogurt. Oh, it was so nice. I really like savoury treats, and that just had all the yumminess. Bit of natural yogurt, quite a bit of it, like a good spread of it. Rolled it up. Oh, so good. Pancakes and natural yogurt. Yeah, and then the second pancake was the naughty pancake. Okay, what did X put on the naughty pancake, you're wondering? A big slab of peanut butter and some raspberry jam. Rolled that sucker up. I was in heaven. That was the tastiest thing I'd eaten all year. Oh, I'm a sucker for the peanut butter. I'm a sucker for the raspberry. Okay, put them together. Jeez. Jeez. 2 days late, says Evac. Yeah, we did our one 2 days late. That's fine. It's just Thursday's my day off when I hang out with the family, so we just did it today instead, you know. Ain't nothing but a fang. Whoa, peanut butter and a pancake. Man, X, you need to live more. What? Magical skeleton? What are you talking about? You know, when I was a kid, all we ever used to have on pancakes was maple syrup, honey, sugar and lemon, stuff like that. Those ones are boring, man. Bust out the blueberries is what I'm saying. You know, spice it up. To be fair, raspberries are godly, says Evac. I agree. I've stated many times that the raspberry is inferior to the strawberry on a big degree. Okay, anything you eat with strawberry flavour, nope, change it out for the raspberry. It's instantly better. Is peanut butter really that good? I can't eat it, says Tron. Oh, I love peanut butter. Peanut butter's my absolute favourite. Oh, I might have to get me a peanut butter sandwich tomorrow now. I've set off my taste buds. They want more. Is food your religion, says Eugene Trash? I think so. I'm struggling with it at the moment, though. I think where I've been injured and not been able to work out, I think like my mind has like gravitated to something else for gratification, and that is food. Because I seriously, I felt it just the taste of food felt so animated. Yeah, I think right now where I'm injured, and I kind of realised today that like I'm not going to be better anytime soon with my shoulder. It's going to take time to heal. So where I'm out of action, it's like I think I'm just like finding something to fill the void, if that makes sense. I'm still like working out my legs, but I mean you can only do so much so often at the moment. It's kind of disappointing. We got a noise in the ear. It's Tiny Small 69 here, resubscribing for 21 months in a row. Thank you ever so much for your support, Tiny Small. I appreciate that. Hope you are enjoying the stream. I only get to eat almond butter and banana sandwiches because I'm sick, says you're not Deaglin. I hope you feel better soon, buds. That sounds really nice. Banana and almond. That sounds like a nice combination to me. I like the sound of that. One of those half hot bath streams, says Major. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me, buddy. Okay, I might just change it. I might make it worse. I'm a big foodie, but that is not good for trying to watch my weight, says Love to Design. Well, for me, it was like not enough to bring me over my calorie deficit for the day. So, you know, like you can, well, the trick is don't eat like that all the time, right? You can get away with it, but don't do it all the time. And anyway, if you do it on a day with a calorie deficit, it's not really going to affect your weight in that way. I am starting to think though, like the last like week, I've kind of like my weight's dropped a fair bit. I think now that like I'm not working out, maybe my body is starting to eat through my muscle mass, and so I'm losing a lot of weight that way. I think it might be time for me to like change my calorie goal for a while. I'm not sure. Probably better to make that decision sooner than later. But yeah, I mean, and that just means I can eat more food, which, I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe the reason I'm enjoying food so much is because my body's trying to tell me that I need to eat more food at the moment. That could be it. That could literally be it. You know, it could just be a case of, now's a good time to listen to your body. Your body's trying to tell you what's up. Could well be. Right, anyways, I love sushi. Most of the time, though, I can't eat at places because they have fake crab. You see, I have celiac disease. I did not know that until now. Trip on Aka. I love sushi too. Sushi's amazing. I don't eat it very often, though. I don't eat fish very often. Tuna, today, probably the first time I've eaten it in, like, I don't know, maybe even over a year. Goodness me. Does your body eat through muscle if you already have fat, I wonder? Let's see. Does your body eat through muscle if you already have fat? I don't... I'm trying to remember what I've heard, like what literature or stuff I've heard about, right? I can't really... I don't think I really know. Maybe that's why I'm like pulling a blank here, but your body can eat through muscle that you have on your body as a source of energy, you know, break it down, turn it into energy. I do not know, yeah, I really don't think I know anything about at what time it chooses to do that, but I know that it can happen. And I think it's happening to me. I think my body is, well, I mean, if you don't continue to work out, that's basically what is going to happen, but on a different scale, because I've got, you know, excess amounts of muscle, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't really have the answer for that at all, but it definitely can. And if it, will it, you know, use muscle before fat? I got no idea, but there probably is some knowledge out there. Some sort of research has probably been done into when the body is going to use muscle over fat. And I imagine the bodybuilding community would know this, because if you're someone who's trying to get really lean, then you have to really micromanage your food so your body doesn't start going for the muscle instead of your body fat. That is something I know that bodybuilders do. So I'm sure they probably have the science on it as well. Stino says, I cancelled my gym. Now I'm going to run outside in the forest and do some exercises there. Yeah, be careful if you plan on doing like lifting stuff in the wild. Like, there are some serious advantages to flat floors and surfaces. Yeah, like, you know, it's easy running in the wild to run over some leaves and fall over a trunk, and the trunk, like a, you know, yeah, a trunk, and twist your ankle or something. But hey, I mean, like, if you're just going running outdoors, simple stuff, yeah, probably a good idea. If you're gonna try and recreate stuff you do in the gym with machines for weightlifting or whatever, you'll probably find that's not a smart idea. Jared says, so X, what do you think of the bedrock bedders with the villager changes? I wonder if it'll have on the way we play. It'll have some effect. I just haven't looked at it in a way where I'm gonna digest what that change will be yet, you know. Anyway, peeps are at a point in the stream where I need to turn down my view distance. What? Why would you be turning down your view distance? That doesn't make any sense, Asuma, they said. Wow, that could have made it a bit hazy in here. Or am I imagining that? We're going to bring on the camera count and do some time-lapse in the moment. But doesn't the liver kick in at some point to get energy out of the fat, says Enna Bryan. I mean, I'm sure the liver is involved in doing all sorts of stuff. The liver's where different chemical compounds get broken down for different uses, I believe. I mean, geez, going a bit off of my what I actually know or don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yellow Harold says, if you eat a lot of sugar and not a lot of protein, your body gets its energy from what you eat. But you have to get protein from your muscles. Ah. Well, what I'm currently doing is hitting a protein goal that's adjusted to my weight every day at the moment, even though I'm not working out. So hopefully that'll help maintain it to some extent. But you can't maintain it without continuing to work out, I know that. Right, so I am going to bring on my camera count. Sorry, I'm waffling, I'm looking at chat, I'm not opening other windows like I'm supposed to. I've got a cold cup of tea here, let's drink the last sip of that. Yellow Howard says it's obviously not that entirely simple, but that's the gist. Yeah, I mean the body is a big complex thing, right? Okay, let's log on here. Hey X, did you know that almost 90% of people in India eat about 400 grams of sugar every day? That's insane. 400 grams. No, you got that wrong. You gotta have that. I mean, wait, let me just quickly check my phone, because I look at this stuff every day, and that sounds like an absurd amount of sugar. Click here. Where does it show me sugar? Uh, 400 actually. No, looking at mine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 400 is probably doable, isn't it? So I'd say just flicking through on average. Wow, I eat about 100 or less grams of sugar a day on average. I know a lot of that is fructose from fruit though, and then there are some days where it's actually pretty high. What was it on that day? Goodness me. Oh, that was a day off. I had a chocolate lolly. Sorry, looking at my phone. Goodness me. I had a chocolate lolly. Dum 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 dum. Sorry, I got that drown song in my head. I had a chocolate lolly and I liked it. Okay, that kind of sounds dirty. Right, let's go grab my camera account thing. So if I want to burn fat, what should I do? Cardio, weights, more protein, says Love to Design. Right, basic ways to get weight loss going is to have a caloric deficit, okay? But on good food, on good nutritional food, okay? Other ways, like the ways to increase that caloric deficit is to do cardio exercise, get your heartbeat up, go running, go jogging, you know, look up how to do it safely, learn how to stretch before you go running, etc. If you want to go the weight building route, there are other health benefits to weight building route, but one of the principles there is that by building lean mass, your body starts to take in more of the calories you eat to maintain your muscle mass. So if you eat a lot of food that's high in protein whilst doing weight resistance training, you can build your body into a better calorie consumer, let's say. That's kind of like my take on it, right? I'm sure someone's going to disagree with me. Once again, I'm looking with my camera account and just probably making this not that interesting for all of y'all. Okay. Marilyn, on the subject of, like, I'm not, you know, stretching for a word, extreme, but on those keto diets and other like carnivore diets, I really would encourage anyone who chooses to do those to research reported side effects of them, because there's some pretty nasty side effects to the keto stuff that I've like read into, which is, if I remember correctly, really increases your risk of getting diabetes. No. It increases your risk of something. Look, I'm trying to remember stuff, right? That's always a terrible idea for me because I'm so bad at this. Right, I'm now recording with my camera account. Camera account's on the server. We've done that. We're making a time-lapse for a video. You can put hashtag I was there. Sheriff says keto diet is terrible for you. There's been lots of new info recently. The reason I said to look into it and encourage is because a lot of dietary information does seem to get sensationalized in one direction or another. Also, people will respond really positively to dramatic changes in diet anyway. Unless obviously that is like, you know, you're being starved to death. That's not a great change in diet for anyone. But it is a known phenomenon that introducing a change into your life can give you a really positive effect for a while. As for long-term health benefits and this and that, etc., like there are studies into keto, and I think a lot of it is linked to one particular problem, which is probably not diabetes. I just can't quite remember. It's on Wikipedia, it's on loads of studies as well. And I ask anyone who chooses to do something like that to research it, just to inform yourself. Get information from different places, because there will be some people right now disagreeing with me, and the point I would like to make is just do the research, listen to multiple places, don't take anecdotal evidence from like one person, and you know, proper do the looking into it. It's important, because making big drastic changes to traditional diet may have consequences, and at the same time, like I said, most often do you get like a good positive reaction to any type of diet change, because the act of introducing a change often, you know, changes the way you feel, and people tend to think they're trying to do a good thing and end up feeling like it is. And you know, a lot of the time it is. Like the whole going vegan thing is like, for a lot of people it means they've got to start eating greens, vegetables and fruits, and if you weren't eating a lot of them, that's going to give you a real good feeling, you know. You're going to get all that nutrition in there. Body's going to feel good. I read about it and got an info from a professional exercise specialist who actually thinks it is good. I wouldn't do it if so there weren't some research. Yeah, the experts, air quotes, well, they are experts. You know, the science professionals, the health professionals themselves strongly disagree on this stuff. Like, you can find health experts with PhDs and all this kind of stuff that are for it and against it. I mean, just for me, when I learned about it and read what it was, it sounded a bit hacky on the body, and I remember it sounded a bit hacky, like you deliberately cut out some key food groups, and then there's all these reports of it, you know, being linked to not diabetes. It just keeps coming to mind, but there was some sort of this or that, and there was quite a lot of studies on it, and it just, yeah, it didn't. I don't know, it doesn't resonate with me well. I like to keep my diet more to that simple principle of like trying to get a lot of whole foods and a fair amount of variety in there, and that really has worked for me for a very long time. I have changed it over time, started eating meat again. I think that was a good decision, but I don't have it all the time, you know. I did today though, goodness me, I completely forgot that we were going to have meat on our pizza. I thought I was having a veggie pizza, so I had double a dose because I cooked some meat the other day. Cooked some more wild boar. It's tasty. Heck, Stecky says, just jumped in, what are we talking about? As per usual, we are just talking about health, fitness and food. It seems to be just the recurring conversation as of late. That Zanny guy says, I lost nearly 80 pounds last year just by not drinking tea and sodas as much, as long as we're going on walks every day. That's great. You say tea, are we talking sugary, cold iced tea? Because regular tea is literally 0 calories. If you drink tea, the milk that you put in it will be the only calories, right? That is true of proper tea anyway. But well done, like, congratulations, that's a great decision. Sodas are a real devil when it comes to, if you drink them consistently, you're just constantly pumping sugar into your body. Yeah. We got noises in the ear. Banana Daguea has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Echoes9 has subscribed with Amazon Prime. And Dart Tagnon XX has subscribed with Amazon Prime. Thank you, peeps. I appreciate your support as always. Thank you so much for subscribing over here. I hope you're enjoying the stream. The usual chat about food and diet and stuff again. Excuse me. Rally Minor says, we don't use sugar. We only use whole milk or almond milk. Try to stay away from all the processed foods. Yeah, getting away from those processed foods is good. As for milk... what was it? I've heard that rice milk is the lowest in calories, right? So for ages I've been trying to get my hands on some rice milk, and I found a couple of shops that sell it. And I tried it. It's actually really quite nice. I haven't properly got into the routine of using it to decide if I want to stick with it. At the moment I'm like switching between soy and cashew. I heard some arguments that soy might be quite heavily processed as well, so I need to look into that again. But when I learned how much calories these things had anyway, like, it's like, oh, you're splitting hairs if you want to, you know, switch out one milk for, like, rice milk. You know, it's like, it's got 2 calories less. Something like that. It's funny that you call it hacky when in general it's just turning back to a more old-fashioned eating of 1,000 years ago when civilization was just hunting and gathering, when sugar was non-frequent, something that you yourself try to promote. Martin, I think we're confusing the keto diet with the Paleolithic diet there, and the Paleolithic one is one that I was interested in. But again, like, going on to these kind of like extreme regimented, well, extreme's not the right word, there's some sort of word there I want to use, but I kind of like my current approach to, you know, avoid processed foods, eat whole foods, good amount of fruit and veg on a regular basis. That really works for me. I enjoy it. We got noises in the ears again. I just realised that the way I'm doing this means that I'm going to run out of netherrack, because it's all just going to sit down there, and I'm in the middle of a time lapse. Oh, the time lapse is ruined. You can look for that little sped up spot, and you can go, that was the moment that you ruined the time lapse, when you see me run out of here looking for netherrack. Let's, before we leave this area, let's actually do that. Now, there'll be chests of netherrack lying around somewhere. Like, there are always chests of netherrack on a server, but we also tend to throw the stuff away, so I might literally have to dig for some more netherrack right now. Feels shameful, you know. Oh, brilliant. We got Argar, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Argar, thank you ever so much for subscribing, I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And we got iLoveCat saying, good morning, X, how are you? I just got home and I think I have a lot to catch up on. But anyway, how's life and stuff? I can say, I used to be addicted to a certain soda, but ever since I got into the army, I drank it maybe once, and I'm really glad. Awesome. That's good to hear, man. Those sodas be the devil, right? Cats, as always, I appreciate you supporting your donation. Don't stress yourself out over what's been happening with the community as well. Like, I know your time is probably very busy and stressful as it is, so just take it easy with that stuff. And we're going to have more staff meetings, and if you haven't, there's this thing, you'll find it somewhere in the chats. I need peeps to put in their, like, availability, and then we're going to try and pick a time that suits most of us. So yeah, make sure you fill that out, by the way. Anyway, thank you again, buddy. Appreciate it. Digging for netherrack, it says emergency 99. Hashtag feels bad, man. Yeah, I mean, I am digging for netherrack. I need a netherrack donation, if ever. Oh, I was standing in the middle of all 4 of those. I don't know why I chose to dig like this, but... Oh, it's pushing me to the side. It shouldn't do that, because I'm holding shift. That's not going to really do a lot. I'll just keep doing this for... Oh, that's... Okay, that's Impulse's base. Okay, clearly that's not supposed to be. Not supposed to be so. Can't make money off of healthy people, says Fatal Touch. Yeah, there's something to that. If there's a problem, you can make money out of it. It goes beyond just health, I think. I mean, you can, in a way, though. Like, a lot of people report... It seems to be Americans, from my understanding of my chat. It seems like healthy food is expensive and difficult in America. I can tell you over here, though, without a shadow of a doubt, my my bills for food for the week are always significantly, I say significantly, like they're a good 10 to 20% cheaper if I have a, you know, a week of eating lots of whole foods. If I start putting processed stuff in my basket, by the time I get to the checkout, it's usually, you know, 10 to £5 more expensive or whatever. That's probably more than 10 to 20%. It's usually like 30 quid a shop. Like if I have to enter my PIN, probably means that I've brought too much processed stuff. There's also misconception as well, I think, about like meal size, and how eating good and healthy changes your like hunger, or your ability to eat the right sort of portion of food. But yeah. Okay, anyway, let's get back onto this business right here. The building of the Blood Moon. It is happening. You can put hashtag I was there in the comments on the YouTube video when you see the time lapse. That historic occasion. It's like a little behind the... Well, it's not really that exciting, is it? I don't know. I've you know, always done time lapses for ages, and then last year or so, not so much. But now, like, now you get to be in on the time lapses. I did not foresee this. Whoopsie daisy with that one. X, how experimental have you got on with T? Have you heard or tried of T2? T2, the sequel to T. No, I haven't. Not that experimental. I struggle to find places with a wider variety of tea. I'm usually kind of just stuck to the same old choices. And I've actually narrowed it down a little bit lately, because I buy a load of tea, and then some of them I don't really end up drinking. So I've got like a whole bunch of boxes that at the moment I'm trying to just kind of get through and finish up, and then stick to a smaller selection that I know I like. Because, yeah, it just feels a bit wasteful to, like, not, although I'm not throwing it away or anything, it just sits there for ages, not getting drunk. It feels like there's like a big continuous bit here that I don't want. I don't want it, okay? Jeez. T2 has a huge variety in some interesting tea flavours. Is it like a branded thing? What is he building, says Kajon Fat Cat. We're building the Blood Moon. The Blood Moon that rises over the Hermitcraft Neverhub. This looks so great when me and Impulse put this together on my little plot world thing. It looked really good. So I'm confident it will look good. And we will see it finished. I'm pretty sure we'll get this finished by the end of the stream. I also, at the moment, can't see how long we've been streaming for, but that's fine, because we're recording the time-lapse, so I don't want to mess with that. Do not want to mess with that window that is recording from above, from the heavens, from the nether heavens. What are the nether heavens? Martin says, X, what do you think about the recent climate protest happening in Europe? I tell you what, before I streamed today, I was exercising and listening to a podcast with someone who had a very pessimistic view on climate change, and I was like, this is how I feel as well. Geez, I'm a total pessimist. Whenever the pessimistic view of the world climate stuff comes up, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like what I gravitate towards. I don't know what the movement is. I haven't I've you know, this year I've tuned out from news a lot. I've just decided that I feel mentally healthier when I'm not consuming news every day, and if the price is my ignorance. Ignorance is bliss sometimes, right? You know, I don't know. I feel it's more about the way in which the news focuses on particular topics, the way it's presented. These things are just like a source of stress sometimes, you know, a source of discomfort. And I just feel like I don't actually want that anymore. So I've very much stopped consuming a lot of news now. And as a result, definitely feel a little bit happier overall. Booze to the news, says Exoskeleton. Hashtag booze to the news. I do get it filtered through my podcast though, like the what's going on, that's for sure. People are saying eye break, but we're making a time lapse. You don't want an eye break in the middle of a time lapse. Goodness me. Goodness me, what are you people asking for, I tell you. Oh, trying to ruin the time lapse, aren't you? The cheek. Hey X, do you play much guitar or compose music anymore, or does gaming take up most of your time? I stopped playing guitar. You know, I had this like wild ambition for it, this drive, this regimented practicing routine, and I think I just kind of sucked the fun out of it towards the end of it, and I haven't played in a while. I would pick up the guitar every now and then and play some songs, and sometimes I get the urge, I guess, but I've well and truly just put it down at this point in time. It's always my plan to go back to music though, and I still feel like that's what I'm going to end up doing, right? Because I used to spend a lot of time writing, composing music. A fair amount of it's on YouTube now. There's more of it that I wish I could have made, and part of my goal was actually to get to a point where I could start to record those songs, but kind of burned out before I got there. But I'll get back into it one day, you know. Maybe in 2030, you'll find old X on the internet posting music videos of crazy, weird, symphonic metal music. Silver Bow is here, subscribe with Amazon Prime. Silver Bow, thank you ever so much for your Prime subscription. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the stream today. Geeksman World says, to be a great musician, you need to be utterly single-minded. I don't know. Like, do you? There are many varieties of different types of people out there in the world, and I'm sure there are many different ways to describe a musician or label them or whatever, but I don't see why single-minded would be some sort of factor of importance. Now I want to cry, says Shade. Why, Shade? Don't cry. What's going on? What do you like to listen to, says Contemplation Dream. You can head over to my music blog. He's doing it again. He's plugging the music blog. I should have made a button for this. I should have made a button like this one. Discord.gg/Asuma. Join our Discord community and hang out with like-minded peeps. Okay, I've done the plug. Yeah, go to Google, search Asuma Music Blog, find out about the things that I listen to. If you're on the main page, you want to do a little search with Control F, you can type in the name of an artist you like. Every artist I've written about is listed on every page, so it will give you a link when you do the search. There's sort by genre, country. I like that. I like to organise my music by where it's from in the world, and it's kind of like a Unity thing to me. Did I just see a player fly upwards? Of course I did. Of course I did. Yeah, and there's like ratings, genres, all that kind of stuff. It's all on there. There's links all over it, you know. Swirly Dude is here. Subscribing. Thank you ever so much, Swirly Dude, for your subscription. I appreciate the support. Hope you are enjoying the stream. Twisted Clue says, what do you think of Keith Flint from The Prodigy? Heartbreaking. Yeah, that's it really. Heartbreaking. It's tragic. I haven't learned much more about it since I heard about it just a couple of days ago. Like I said in my other stream, you know, it's sad, and you know, he gave us some great music. I've seen him live a fair few times over the years. Been blessed to see him live. They put on a great show, and yeah, that's all I can say really. I just realised today that I have low blood sugar. I've been wondering why I've been so low on energy and gaining weight. Any knowledge to share on that? I don't think I have any particular knowledge or understanding of what different blood sugar levels does to you know, your ability to gain weight or not, but you know, the internet's a place full of information. You know, not all of it's going to be correct, but that's why you should try and get a diverse set of information. Quite often does the good stuff seem to filter through and make sense after a while, but you could also go to a physician or a doctor and ask for advice and help on that stuff as well. Shade says, because the guitar story sounds sad, that's why I wanted to cry. It may sound a little sad. I'm not sad about it. Like, I think for one part, I really enjoyed it. Okay, it was a time to challenge yourself, and like, I had a goal, I had a vision. Hey, I didn't get all the way to the end, but like, it's always about the journey. That's one thing I say about this YouTube thing. It's always about the journey. So are many other things in life, and I'm really thankful that I actually did that, is another thing I can say. Like, I've got some cool videos of me playing some of my favourite songs on YouTube, and you know, I kind of proved to myself I can put my mind to something and get it done. And so there are like a lot of reasons to be happy for choosing to do that, right? It doesn't have to be just sad that I stopped playing. So I'm actually, yeah, that feels like a nice thing to have thought about now. Like, yeah, it was really awesome. I enjoyed it, and hey, I'll probably pick it up and play again at some point in the future. I will say though, I am still a bit salty about Master of Puppets. I got very close to like nailing that song. That's what I think about. That's what I think about most of the time. If I think about not playing guitar anymore, it's that song. Because I know if ever I play it again, it's going to take a lot of work to get that like up to that level again, you know. It's one tricky song to play on guitar. Zesty says, what computer would you suggest for a gamer on a lower budget? I always tell people when they ask this, is like, don't ask me. I'm not a computer guru. And do research. Like, go read computer magazines. Inform yourself on what is, you know, the latest hardware out. What does it do? Because I could tell you to buy the same computer I've got, and it could be completely the wrong thing for what you want to do, right? Different amounts of memory give you different options. You know, different types of hard drives have and storage options have different kind of applications. You know, like if you don't have a lot of data to store, there's no point getting a 6 terabyte hard drive, right? If you've got really sensitive data to store, you might want to consider getting a RAID setup. There's, when it comes to building like a PC, you want to know what you're buying rather than just ask someone to tell you what to buy, because you may end up with something that's just pretty mediocre. So yeah, like research and learn and figure out what it is you want to get out of that system, right? How do you use it is another one. Like if you're using it really quite casually and like you don't need fast startup times or things like that, like, you know, you don't need to perhaps get a computer with a solid state drive if you don't need that kind of speed, or maybe that's very important. You only get a small amount of time to use a computer, you need it to be nippy and boot up, and you know, there's all sorts of different factors. So I always say when people ask, is like, you know, go research and read and get something catered for you, not just so what some stranger on the internet said you should get. Did the music stop playing? Just went into a quiet moment, didn't I? Read PC Mag, a lot of good suggestions, says Mini Botco. Yeah, the PC Mags are really quite comprehensive. They cover many different aspects of, like, they do loads of in-depth reviews and tests on sets of memory or new hardware. They also look at, like, you know, pre-built PCs, and yeah, and there's news about like technology and what's coming as well and all that kind of stuff. Do you know Captain Disillusion, says Low Wenzan12. Captain Disillusion, I think, is one of the most high quality content creators there are. Like, if ever you wanted to go, who makes the highest quality content on YouTube, not many other channels pop to mind before his, right? Like, that guy is just, every video is just like some sort of insane brilliance of hard work and dedication and over the top. Totally over the top, like, for what it needs to be to explain something. But that's his style. Like, everything is just insane in that guy's videos. Go check it out, by the way. I also really like his underlying thoughts, or what would you call it, like a message, a worldview. Like, he kind of craftily puts in a really solid, like, way to think about things with a sense of humor. It's quite there and quite frequent and apparent in many of his videos, but you might not notice it because it's usually sort of diverted into the topic that he's talking about. So people are now throwing names into chat. Julian Bam, Mark Robber. I've heard of Mark Robber, but not the other person. And that's actually it. Worldview is right, says Exoskeleton. I mean, that's the thing, though. It's a worldview. It's a perspective, right? It's about what things do you know and have experienced and how they influence how you see the world. A worldview, literally, I think, you know, can't be right. I said it the other day, like, if you want to express what's right and wrong in this world, you've got to speak in terms of, like, chemicals, science, mathematics, the laws of nature. Like, that's the base of reality. All these other ideas we have about society, they're concepts in our mind. That's what we put on top of it, you know. So if this guy's got a worldview, like, he isn't really like wrong or right. I mean, but I am so in line, I guess, with his worldview. I think it's really smart, and I think the way he chooses to kind of put, like, I don't know, like point out logical fallacies or people's miscomings or assumptions, things like that. He really cleverly puts them in the middle of the joke, and you might even notice it, you know. Who are you talking about? Says took me on to make something. Talking about Captain Disillusion on YouTube. Captain Disillusion. The skeptic's mindset is what he calls it, I think. Yeah, that would sound about right. A skeptical mindset. I like that. I think there's something healthy about skepticism. You know, there always seems to be like another angle, another perspective, a thing you didn't know. It's almost anything half the time. Linus Tech Tips of great quality videos, says Adam. I like his channel. I like some of his videos. But I think if you go watch Captain Disillusion, you'll know why we're talking about that person. Like, I mean, Linus does great stuff, but like, you go watch Captain Disillusion, it's like, there's the topic, right? There's the topic, the thing he's going to talk about, and he weaves in a great sense, like I said, of comedy, of like actual food for thought, you could say, and through it all, just this amazing level of hard work and over-engineering of anything he wants to explain. It's like, even if he just wants to express something super simple, the video will just be, you know, high quality, like really over the top. And he's like, I think he was a one-man team for a long time, maybe still is, I'm not sure, but insane work ethic, and yeah, really great stuff. Okay, so we've recorded our first time lapse. That was cool. Now we're going to record our second one. So I'm going to get a different camera angle. And for this one, ooh, we got a little bit of a view. Now, can I... maybe I'll just... That's the best I'm going to do. Okay, I'm just going to go with this. There'll be parts when I'm not on the screen, but that's fine. Oh, we got a crazy noise in the ear. Crazy like JZ. Okay, let's get this thing recording. Let's switch back to my Minecraft screen, the one that you're looking at. Then let's get the noise on the ear, actually on the ear, and the chat window back on the screen. I can see everything. I'm in the know. I'm no longer an ignoramus. We need more red stuff. Ah, I might have skipped the beat here. Actually, I probably don't have a lot of the red stuff lying around, and I don't have any dirt to hand. So yeah, I will head back down here first. We're going to take a trip, even though the camera's rolling. We have to get the red dye. The red dye! Also, after doing all that, I think we might need a lot more glass, so I'm actually going to cancel my recording, I think. I can probably just leave it. No, I'll just leave it. Right, me, can't make up my mind. We got a noise in the ear. It's G-Stav, resubscribing for 37 months in a row, saying heyo! Heyo, G-Stav, thank you so much for your 37 months. That is an emerald face in chat. Feel free to show off your emerald face into the chat. David asks, have you seen the Real Madrid versus Ajax? I watched the highlights this morning. Very good goals from Ajax. Very surprising result, although I don't really know a lot about their team this season, so maybe they've put together a good squad or something. Who knows? Not me. Clearly I don't know. I don't know anything about anything at all. Right, let's you could soundbite that. Okay, let's grab, like, I'm just gonna, you know, let's go totally over the top here. Also, we got crazy noises in the ear here from JHar340. JHar340 dropping in a sub bomb on all of your heads. We need fuel. If you hear your name being read out by the loud, you have JHar to thank, so feel free to throw a love heart into the chat. JHar, thank you so much for supporting the community. AP Goodness, Bits for Food, Joko Jokian, Golden Lattice, and Maid Chen Farby. You are now subscribers to the channel. Thank you ever so much again, Jayhar, for gifting those subs. Appreciate your support in the community there. Dude, says Composto. What a nice person, says Boris. Yes. Yes, I really appreciate you doing that. Thank you. Absolutely. Let's 1, 2, 3. We're gonna smelt the tea. Because sand doesn't rhyme with tea. See what I did there? Genius rhymes. Genius rhymes. Get on my level. I'm a poet, but y'all don't know it. Zesty says, what is that fish around the server? I think it's the jingler. The jingler. It's the jingler doing some jangling. That's what I think with me noggin. Okay, here we go. This song's fantastic, by the way. Oh, we got more glass. Didn't I come back and check some of these? Maybe I didn't check all and kind of assumed. Well, this one's hey, that don't get smelled. This one's missing. All right, well, it looks like I just missed a couple. You know, bonus glass we'll call that. More bonus glass, I'll take it. I think there might be more bonus glass to be had around here, you know. Now that I've said that out loud, probably not. No more bonus glass for X. Poor old X. We got Squid Noogie here, subscribing with Amazon Prime. Squid Noogie, thank you ever so much. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. Harvey says, R. Kelly interview on CBS. Thoughts? Question mark. I've been meaning to watch that documentary, but I keep hearing horrible things, and I haven't really been keeping up. Like I said, sort of tuned out of a lot of the news as of late. Hey Beeps, now is a good time for an eye break. Why don't we take a moment to stop watching the stream? I don't mean tune out, don't do that. Goodness me, don't look away, don't change the tab, don't check your email, don't look at your phone. Just look outside, just look around. Don't look at television. Give your eyes a rest from staring at those bright lights, all those evil bright lights. Trying to destroy your retina. That's what they're trying to do. No, those doctors, they say, and we must have trust in what they say because they are doctors. They wear white coats. Believe what they say. What do they say? They say, don't stare at those screens for ages. Give yourself 5 minutes every hour to look away. I said I'm a streaming. Okay, I'll take a minute, but any more than that is taking the cheek. It's taking the cheek. Also, you can drink some water or replenish your fluids, and you can open a window if you're in a stuffy room to make sure you get some good quality oxygen into your system so your brain can operate at an optimal capacity, people. Do you not want your brain operating at an optimal capacity? Do you not? Jeez. Okay, what is this? What is this anymore? I don't know what this is anymore. Orbiter says good quality oxygen. Clearly, I've ended the eye break. I'm literally reading chat. Tish Rip says, hey X, just wondering if you had a chance to check out Kanye West late orchestration on YouTube. Yeah, I looked at it. Isn't it like a live records? I didn't get around to listening to it. I know it didn't really tickle my fancy once I looked at it, but I haven't been listening to too many records as much. Again, listening to music was another thing I was like quite regimented with. I've just been like trying to be more relaxed and follow inspiration lately, I guess. Love to Design says, this should be fun, you pick for me. Treadmill, eclectic, bike, arms day, abs or leg day. I'd encourage you to get on a bike and go for a cycle, get some fresh air. It's always like a very good low risk exercise, right? Excuse me. Everyone shall listen to Dr. X, says I, Adam. Everyone! You must listen. Oh, you better be listening. Right. I literally just need to stand here now, right, until we're ready to do our time lapse. I just realised, because of the way I set up OBS with these different settings, if I'm recording nothing happening on the screen, it barely takes up any file size, which is really cool. So the fact that we're recording probably means we're not even really using the hard drive. Well, it's not a hard drive, it's an M2, but yeah. What can we do while we wait? I mean, I need to stay in this area. I've got other things I was going to do. I think we got enough of this. We prepared a fair bit of those materials. Do need a lot of red glass. I know what we can do. We can grab some bone meal. and get some dyes together. That is a good idea, Asuma. Well done you, I said to myself. What are your thoughts on Project Sahara, says Seth. What is Project Sahara? Please inform me. For I am the ignorant. Let's go put here. Let's go put here. For I am the ignorant, let's go put here. Things I say. Sorry, that's really did I really just say that? Let's go put here, for I am the ignorant. Jeez, I've got broken English going on today. X, how's the new computer going? Trig, right now it is streaming these pixels to your eye brains into your through your retinas into your brains, creating the images, creating the sounds and the voices. I don't know. It's doing good. It's also recording a time lapse right now. Don't tell anyone, but we're secretly recording at the same time. I need to use the bones over here. Oh, Jared, I haven't done the Optifine thing yet. I haven't had a chance. Cheesy Katie says it's good for your body to stand and fold laundry while you watch X streams. Expert advice from an expert stream viewer. Brilliant. Brilliant. Getting that folding action going on, moving those arms, getting on those feet. It is good to be active though, right? It's always better to be doing something than sitting down, and we sit a lot. We sit down a lot, basically. Seth says, what do you think about Project Sahara by Korean and Mumbo? As I said a moment ago, I do not know what Project Sahara is. I'm ignorant. I am the ignorant. You're Not Deaglan says, well, see you guys. I'm going to go leave. Bye. See you, buddy. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed it. I haven't been on one of your streams in a long time. I'm glad to be back, says Captain Banayes. I don't know. Thank you so much, man, for coming back, and glad to have you here. Thank you for putting up with my inability to pronunciate. Enunciate. Isn't enunciate actually a word as well? Jeez, this is too many flowers right here. Love to Design says, that's why I'm on a bike at the gym while watching today. Alright, cool. I like biking outdoors. It's probably not so bad doing it on the gym, but getting some fresh air when you're cycling is wonderful. Shizuki says the Amazon thing by Mumbo and Korean are doing. Oh, right, they've called it something different now, I see. I see how it is. Changing the name of their project. Trying to confuse me, are they? Well, if they're trying to confuse me, they've succeeded. Little do they know. Isn't an M2 compatible SSD still only an SSD? Isn't it just a concept after all, says Emergency. It's a concept that's been put into action. The M2 is faster than the SSD if you put it on your you set it up with your computer properly. You configure it. It's faster. I can give you testament to that. I've got 2 of them in this system, and they are really helping with the performance in a big way. In a big way. Hey, hey, hey. Because why did I need to say that? Jeez, the things I do when I stream. Right, isn't the NVMe that makes it faster, not the M2? Oh, right. Well, I just interchanged the lingo, the lingo-lango, the jingo-jongo that I hear about this stuff. I just, in my brain space, it just kind of jumbles up, you know. It just jumbles up. Unfortunately, there is snow. It's only 15 degrees outside, says Love to Design. No excuses! Get out there and make snow angels. I'm messing with you. I hear zombies, says account password. Interesting username. Oh, when will this ever finish smelting? Jeez, I feel like we're going to go insane waiting. Insane. Evac says, busy stream today. Heart community. Don't you have a super smelter, says CG. I don't have a super smelter. I mean, unless that's a super smelter. It's Fat Albert. You open a door on that one. What's Fat Albert? I know the show Fat Albert. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, yeah. Shoot. Yeah, it is Fat Albert, isn't it? Hey, hey, hey. Oh, my goodness me. That's some old school right there. Some old school. I mean, what could I do? What could I do? I could craft things. No. Ugh, not even those ones are done. Hey X, have you drank spiced buttermilk? I have not. It kind of sounds a bit gross. Captain Bananes says, ask if you can use someone else's super smelter. Well, it's almost done now, right? So, Be more hassle to go somewhere else and use someone else's super smelter at this point, I think. We don't actually need either of these things with us at this point in time, so we can pick this back up. That we can do. X, why does your hotbar seem cut off? Because I deliberately cut it off to generate more messages in chat. Evil! Evil I am. I did not anticipate Fat Albert here, says Shambassam. Brilliant. Coastal Ranger says, hello X and chat, what are you doing today? We're recording a time-lapse right now, and the first one has finished. Yes! Okay. Okay, this is the path to success right here, people. This is the path, there's the success, we're walking on it. Aren't I supposed to have a... No, we just used up the other one. I've got a feeling I probably should have smelted more glass than this as well. I think I made that much on the assumption that I would have more. Oh no. I have a bunch more in a chest down below, I think, so we'll make sure that we really do have a reasonable amount. What if shulker boxes could go inside other shulker boxes? Infinite storage, says Seth. Well, that is exactly why they can't. We don't want infinity when we're calculating stuff with computers. That'll break it. Hey X, does your AFK fish farm work on Bedrock Edition? I believe it doesn't. But feel free to experiment and try, and then you'd know. Let's go down here. Laura says, what about the super smelt that was made in early season? The one that was closed due to massive lag made? I don't recall that being a thing. Don't recall that at all. Hey X, are you ever going to get your regular skin on soon, says SD. What do you mean regular skin? What do you mean by that? Why are all these people commenting on my Yeti skin all the time? I'm a Yeti, okay? Like, what is wrong with being a Yeti? I think we are... Oh, no, yeah, we're going to look at glass again down here. That was pretty much the last thing to... do I have more glass? Not really. Not really. Yikes, we might run out mid-time-lapse, which would not be good. That would be slow. We got a noise in the ear. It's Eargar gifting a sub to Calafi. Eargar, thank you so much for supporting the community and gifting a sub. I appreciate you doing that. Calafi, if you've heard your name being said out loud, it is because you're now a subscriber. Thanks to Eargar. Thank you again. Lol, on my skin I still have my Santa hat, says Gathering Matt. It's not Christmas, dude. Jeez. Get rid of that Santa hat. You were getting lag on Mumbo Jumbo base, but he had all his farms running, but now it stopped, says Bukatashi. Okay. Let's go grab some rockets. So that we can fly like a rocket into a socket. Because it rhymes. Okay, I'm going to go up here. We're now in time-lapse area. And why do I feel like there was one more thing I was going to do? Probably because there was one more thing I was going to do, you know. Wait, let's just use that. Okay, right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Right, oh, don't be falling down, now would be time lapse. But I got to make the glass first, right? Should have done this the other way around. Derpity derp derp derp. Right, let's put it up there where we're not actually going to end up building. So take that back, take this back, and maneuver them up here. Right, that's what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that. Now we're definitely probably going to end up using at least that much. So we will make that much. Shall we? Right, let's do this. We are time-lapsing, peeps. You can say hashtag I was there. If you were there. If you're not here, you can't say it, please. Does Doc's invention in the nether work? Says Pimpy. I do not know what Doc's invention in the nether is. Let's go like that. Am I the only one with a black screen, says Gathering Matter? Possibly. Quite possibly. Shade says his player detector. I don't know. That's the answer, I guess. I don't know what Doc's been up to, so there you go. Right. The cow triggered a transport to top. Again, I don't know. I don't know what Doc's thing is, so I don't know if it's working or not. Basically, got no idea what it is. This requires a little bit of concentration because there is a lot of red glass here, right? There is a lot of red glass about. And that red glass is going to have a new texture before long. A new texture it shall have. At some time in the future. I might have overdone the glass thing here. I don't know. We've done, well, we're getting close to a quarter, right? Then again, oh shoot, I broke that without Silky Touch. We've got to do 2 layers of this, and the next layer requires even more red glass, so well, that is something that I should have thought about, you know. I say a quarter, it isn't actually that close to a quarter. Probably like a 1/6. New glass texture, not as good in my opinion, says Peen. Well, this is why we have opinions. I mean, I don't know. I didn't think it was bad or anything. It was alright. Omega lol, says Joe Furry. Omega lol, eh? What does that mean? I prefer the new texture, says Never Snows. I was alright with it. I mean, it wasn't the biggest change, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. But I like it. I think it's good. I think I'd probably prefer it to this one, that's for sure. But they're both alright. Man, building with black concrete can be a little bit hairy. Doesn't this tire your eyes? Well, that's why we have eye brakes. Because those eyes get tired, peeps. Those eyes get tired. It does require a bit of eye concentration, though, right here. Got to concentrate your eyes. There we go. That's a good moon, says Yoo-hoo. That's a good moon right there. A good moon it is. Oh, whoopsie. Oh, whoopsie doopsie. I did an oopsie. My brain turning eye break into eyebrow, says Emergency. Love this song, Sister No. I like this one too, actually. This is a really good one. It's always a good part of the stream when this one comes on. Yeah, we are actually really burning through this glass, aren't we? Probably enough just to finish this floor, but then we're going to have to go fire up the old super smelters again. May even have to go on a trip to get some sand to get the rest of this glass done. Goodness me. Imagine that. I might even need more materials for the top part now that I think about it. If I just think about how much has gone into this, it's a pretty good indicator as to how much I'm going to need on the top. That being said, I've got like 6 stacks of each different type. We had probably 13, 14, 15 stacks of this red glass. So if this covers the whole of one floor, then I'm pretty sure that roof will be nice and easy to do. But that's a big if. Are the ghast sounds part of the song, says Peen? They are not. They are the ghasts in the nether. And we got a Pikmin now on here. Pikmin has come to say hi. Do you really need this many layers of glass, says MMAs? It may just be that we don't, but this is how many we're going to make. Yeah, maybe we could have done one less, but it is what it is. You know who else is also red, says Evac? Evil X. Maybe this was Evil X's plan all along. Maybe the Blood Moon is a way to summon Evil X back onto the server. But probably not. I mean, I know there's an episode 800 coming up, but Evil X ain't coming back. I have no plans for my episode 800. Like, I really don't know what to do a special or anything like that. So it's probably just going to be a regular episode. But 800, I mean, that is pretty big landmark right there, you know. How many other series get to 800 episodes? Not a lot. We're in Simpsons territory. There are other like big series, I guess, out there that probably have loads. But on YouTube, I know there's like Minecrafters that have like series that go up to like 1,500 at least last time I saw. There's like a German YouTuber who hit like 1,000 episodes years ago. But they also uploaded 2 episodes a day or something they did. Kill 800 Ender Dragons. Oh, that'll be easy. Too easy. Why are people saying One Piece? One Piece? Oh, is One Piece a show, perhaps? It's got 800 episodes. X was in Cub's last vid, says Evac. Yes, I did a little thing with Cub Fan, which was fun. Right, let's get this thing finished up. Matrix in it. Oh yeah, we need another layer of glass. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get this finished in this time lapse. I really time lapse in this live stream. I really thought this would be like a simple thing, you know. Shows you how much time it takes to play this game. No, got to put in that grind. One Piece is an anime with 800 episodes. There you go. It's a cartoon. I wonder how many The Simpsons has. I mean, it's been around for like 25 years, right? Each series probably has about 20 episodes. Why is your hotbar halfway off the stream, says Pacrico. I need to increase viewer engagement. It's the only way I can get people to comment on my videos. Oh, jeez, I put that in the wrong spot. You were in the wrong spot. You cheeky devil. Right, let's do that. $654 episodes of The Simpsons. Wow. I wouldn't have been surprised if you said higher, but yeah, there you go. Currently watching Sesame Street with my 2-year-old, says Jacob. Cool. And the stream? That might be confusing. Cartoon, you say? One Piece is a sophisticated anime, I have you know, says J Panda. Well, it's still a cartoon. I mean, it's animation. Let's go over here. Right, so we need ladders. And I will have ladders in one of these chests. The German YouTuber you mean was the biggest in Germany. His name is Grinker. He started it back in the days, where episodes max length was 10 minutes. His episodes were unedited. Unedited as well! Oh man. I mean, hey, some people like that style. With Minecraft, I don't think I could watch unedited. South Park only has 283. 283, wow. Oh yeah, there's a gap. Boo! I guess here is where this shall change. Anyway, we're done with our time lapse. I think that might just be the end of our time lapsing for today. Let's go ahead and stop recording. Oh, 26 minutes to get that one bit done. Unbelievable. And I'm going to minimise my camera account now so I can see my things again. Oh, we got 1,000 peeps watching, and we got 15 minutes. So I think our last 15 minutes will be preparation of sand and a fly out into the overworld to look at Force's build, as I want to take inspiration from her with my my HRN lines. So let's get stuff smelting and then let's get a build in. Oh my god, I used to have carpets, so I'm going to put carpets on top of it. Doesn't matter. We'll take this one with us. Right, so that was good. Let me close OBS. There we go, and down here. 1,000 peeps. Yeah, 1,000 peeps. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Be sure to hit that follow button if you ain't done so already over here. We also got Zvinx resubscribed for 10 months in a row. Zvinx, thank you ever so much for your 10-month resubscription. Someone in chat was asking me to troll false. I'm going to guess that she is streaming then. And also video settings and back to 20. Let's close the other one as well just to make sure. Sweet. What was that mode that you showed what block goes where, says Stocksy? That was a mod called Light Magica. Look how much room you need for the redstone before building it. False didn't do it. Didn't do what? Look for the red... Jeez. I don't know. Show us your blood moon, says Hero. The blood moon isn't finished yet. We're still working on it. Could we see the red moon? Could we at least see? Oh, you wanted me to turn around. We'll have time when we drop back in a moment. Okay, so we need... Thank you all the peeps for hitting the follow button, by the way. I can hear y'all doing that. Those noises in my ear. I hope you'll be satisfied with the notifications you'll be receiving about me going live. Looks like I've got to head out to a desert and swoop up some more sand, basically. So, I guess not even really worth me starting any smelting. Just going to grab these and fill them up. Right. So, we're going to go to Forces HRN, I guess. Love to Design has subscribed. Love to Design. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you doing that. Hope you're enjoying the stream and you're cycling. Oh, get off the floor. Get off the floor. I just want to fly, server. I just want to fly. Is it too much to ask for a derp to fly? Right, am I going in the right direction? I don't think so. I think it is this way. As soon as Mumbo joins, you can't fly. Yeah, well, that might just be the whole one more person loading up stuff, so kind of ticking it into the negative. I've seen that happen for like pretty much everyone, myself included actually. Sometimes, because I look at the console, sometimes I'm the one who logs in and then the tick goes over, but it's like, usually it's like a threshold around 6 players, where if one more person comes on, it gets a bit tricky. Love to Design, thank you for subscribing, I appreciate your support, yeah. Reading your message there. Zvinx says, it's been a while since the last stream for me. Glad to see the cursor issues fixed. Yeah, when did we have those cursor issues? That was a slobs bug for ages, wasn't it? Ages and ages. And every stream they'd tell me about it, and then eventually they fixed it, and no one remembers it. Except you, Zvinx. You remember. You remember. Oh, we're going to go in this direction. Hey, we should ride the rail there, you know? We should ride the rail if we want to get inspiration from it. Jeez. Now, where are the rails? Iskal, Ren. Building stations. Do they have minecarts in it? I bet they don't. I don't see no minecarts at this station. I am disappointed. I am disappointed, son. Right, let's go. Oh, I don't even have a crafting bench, do I? Well, I think there might be one in a shop nearby. Let's grab this. And this right here. Put it into there. Pick that up. I'm describing what I'm doing, peeps. It's thrilling entertainment. And then we'll walk round the corner. And we'll look for a crafting bench. And there isn't one. I'll get angry and then I'll calm down again. Now, I know Cub Fan. I know Concorp. They're going to have crafting benches. Where are the crafting benches? Come on, Concorp. Ah! I knew it! Okay, there we go. Calming down, calming down. Right, let's grab that minecart. Let's get over to that rail. I love the shopping area. It's so nice as I build the bowl. There's a secondary shopping area. I think we should make a push to get some new shops over there. I don't know what I'm going to be selling, but I want to be selling something. I think this here is the way out. Go on the right-hand side. Oh, that feels so wrong. That feels so wrong. I feel like I'm going to bump into someone. Right, here we go. Beautiful views of the Hermitcraft. I feel like this might be a thumbnail occasion soon. Maybe not just yet. You can tell the server's lagging a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, what about that? That's a view. With my head in the way. Get out of here, head. There's our thumbnail, I think. Sweet. Okay, actually, this is the way to look at it. Why did I have to put my stupid head in this view? I guess it's because it feels like it's a little bit higher. Like you can look down on the rails as well, I guess. Right, here we go. There are some murals in here, right? Oh, look at that. Oh, Corrales! He's got a chickie. They're fighting, they're dodging, they're weaving. They're carrying goods. Oh, this is wonderful. Beautiful stuff. Oh, this area is so great. That plane's flying backwards, says Cheesy Katie. How dare it fly backwards? Don't defy the laws of physics, please. Dioramas, not murals, says Winnie. Jeez. Dioramas, I'm so going to forget that. I'll try my best not to, though. Right, and here we are, peeps. Okay, we have arrived at the station. I do not rate the station very well, for I have become stationary. Oh, there I am with the puns. I'm a true poet. Okay. So over on this side is the other rail. So Fultz has gone for, you know, regular glass, which I think looks great. I mean, that's a really good design. I think I could pretty much do the same design again. The white matches what Grian's done, but maybe I would use less quartz and use some of the other white block, the concrete one. I'd use the same glass. Maybe I could put a colour on it. I see Fultz has gone for colour in the middle. But what I would change is the stone bricks. I think we could use dark prismarine. So probably what we'll end up doing is something quite similar with this ring idea, except it will look a little bit more like Giarian's. And then we'll probably use dark prismarine. I think the line colour we have is red. So there'll be like a red streak going down the middle, which I'm not so sure how that'll look. And then underwater it's going to look great. And I want mine to stagger downwards slowly, so each little ring could probably be like the centre of a stagger or something. And slowly I descended down into the waters up below. And just a minute ago I was riding my minecart on the track. But oh no! Minecraft said you've got to go through that block. Through that block, defy the laws of physics in this game. Ah, that's lame. That's lame. Why did I slip through like that? People are calling it dirt. Binky Quack, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Jeez, calling it a dirt. Clearly it was a bug. Clearly. I mean, who drifts through a block like that? Not me. Why is there a rail missing there? I don't know. I do not have the answer. Real Fally says, you're not a derp, you're the derp. Cheers. But, you know, I feel so much better about myself all of a sudden. Don't know why. Don't know why. Okay. Just going to walk through the rest of this then. Yeah, I think we'll take a fair amount of inspiration from Fultz over here. But I'm not going to copy the design exactly. But I think just the idea of having the ring is really what I'm gravitating towards, and we'll use the same glass because I think having multiple colours of glass might be a little bit tricky. You know, one colour on the outside, one on the inside. Also, Fultz, I saw Fultz's building site that I said I would build ages ago, so I want to go check it out because she's developing this area around here. I want to get to play like this a little bit more sometimes, you know. Be out on the outside, building structures, building a village, creating buildings and environment to exist in. I'm just so like project oriented, it's really weird. That right there, I was going to build a bridge over there, but Fultz has got to it and it looks fantastic, so pretty awesome. I also was going to plan on building a building just here on the right. With Light Madoka, I could possibly do that quite easily now. Maybe we'll do that on a live stream, just come over here, hang out, build this thing together. I think that could be a cool idea. It's like the last thing I was going to build in this area to connect these. Gazebo? Wow. But yeah, look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful structure. So much quartz. So expensive. Unbelievable. Yeah, really cool. Really, really cool. Peeps. This is where we're going to wrap the stream up. That's the end of the stream. Thank you ever so much for tuning in, everyone. If you haven't hit that follow button, be sure to do so before you go. Massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. I've just seen the Fultzy flying over my head. I imagine if we're doing a raid, it'll be Fultz. She's streaming on the server, you know. Although we do have a meeting in 45 minutes, so Fulks will probably be wrapping it up soon. Yeah, I'll send you over to Fulks. Thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate you coming by today. Massive thanks to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, and cheered. The Hermitcraft action continues with full symmetry. So appreciate y'all, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.